last year.
That's right. Danielle is gone, but Donnie is picking up where Danielle left off. Great team effort against Yale recently. A big win where Donnie had 25 points, but he does a lot for this UConn team. He's a senior. He can shoot the jumper on the fast break. He's a real leader, though, and emotionally, he's been known to pick the Huskies up with slam dunk plays, and he's picked up a few new celebrating moves like that one, which he used against Yale the other night.
He's done a good job becoming more of a multi-dimensional player. Now for the Boston College Eagles, the story a little bit different and a little sadness, given that they've lost Chris Herron, their freshman All-American, who broke a wrist he was operated on today. Jim O'Brien said his club has to make a very big adjustment today.
Now we just have to get these other guys to feel comfortable in their new roles. And Dwayne Woodard obviously gets most of the heat put on him because now he's a guy that we feel we're hard-pressed to take out of the game.
Big question for the Eagle faithful. Can Dwayne Woodward get it done?
Well, not by himself, but Jim O'Brien's confident with BC and Woodward in the backcourt at point that they can handle the UConn pressure. It's critical in this game. He'll have to play a lot of minutes. He's an all-city performer from New York City. And the big guy inside, though, will be Danier Abrams. Big game against Holy Cross, a tough non-league victory. He is the go-to guy inside. He's got to play tough, rebounding, and score some points against the Husky front line.
Interesting note about Danier Abrams. Last year, he won over 20 points twice. He did it both times against the Connecticut Huskies, and they are looking to stop him tonight. Huskies and the Eagles coming up from County Forum. Glad you're with us. Tap-off is moments away. We'll get to it after these words from our local stations. For our Big East opener tonight, UConn and Boston College. Time now for tonight's Nationwide Insurance starting lineups. Check the yellow pages for the Nationwide agent nearest you, who just might be Joe Blazer of Bristol, Rhode Island. Now let's go to our PA announcer, Bill Gerson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's Big East game between the Huskies of the University of Connecticut and the Eagles of Boston College. Introducing tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors from UConn. At forward number 33, 6'6" senior from Federal Way, Washington, Donnie Marshall. At forward number 34, 6'6" sophomore from Dalzell, South Carolina, Ray Allen. The center's number 40, 7-foot junior from Sandy, Utah, Travis Knight. At guard number 11, a 6'5" sophomore from Ramat Ifal, Israel, Doron Sheffer. And at guard number 12, a 6'3" senior from Los Angeles, California, Kevin Ali. Introducing the starting lineups for the Boston College Eagles. At forward number 4, a 6'8" sophomore from Hyde Park, Massachusetts, Bevan Thomas. At forward number 41, a 6'6" senior from Detroit, Michigan, Kevin Rabowski. Center number 24, a 6'7" sophomore from Greenburgh, New York, Danier Abrams. At guard number 20, 6'3" freshman from St. Albans, New York, Dwayne Woodward. And at guard number 34, 6'7" sophomore from Inglewood, California, Keenan Jordan.
Starting lineups for tonight's game. And Jim O'Brien, the head coach of the Huskies in his 9th year. Last year, the Big East Conference regular season champions. And Jim O'Brien, in his 9th year, the head coach of the BC Eagles, took the Eagles to the Final 8 and just a few jump shots away from going to the Final 4. We're ready for action. We'll tip things off in a moment. Stay with us. We're back after these words from our local stations. The Huskies, they've won 13 straight over the BC Eagles by an average margin of 13 points. Last time BC won was back in February of '88, and that game was played at the Boston Garden. Connecticut with a fabulous record here at County Forum, looking to keep it going tonight. And we're underway from the County Forum. Connecticut will get first crack. Jody Sylvester, Mike Kitts, David Dodds, the officials. First shot by Sheffers, no good. A lot of pressure on this young man, Woodward. Bevan Thomas tried to wrap around, gave it up to Travis Knight. Ollie in a hurry with help. Sheffers there, he got fouled. And they'll shoot a deuce. The foul on Dwayne Woodward.
Well, one thing that can't happen in this game for BC would be for Dwayne Woodward to get into foul trouble. Keenan Jordan has played some point guard of late for Jim O'Brien, although a natural 2 or 3 for Jim, but he's really searching for answers. As you mentioned in the open, Dave, Chris Herron lost for the season, wrist surgery today.
Sheffer misses from the line, 66%. Jim O'Brien, that's a headache enough losing Herron. But to get your point guard who you want to play 40, first foul 20 seconds into the game, it's, oh my God.
The only silver lining in that as Sheffer makes the second one is that it happens so early that Chris Herron will be able to redshirt this year and still have 4 years of eligibility.
Injured in the opener against Cal Louis Sanobispo.
Pressure by the Huskies. They'll stay with that for much of the game and continue to trap in the half-court set. A 2-2-1 setup. Jim O'Brien concerned once the team does set up that they get quality shots each time down the floor.
Foul off the ball. Keenan Jordan trying to set a pick and called for the foul. Elsewhere, Syracuse and Miami. Right now the Orangemen on top by 10. Look for Travis Knight to get involved. Ron and I saw Connecticut back on Friday night. Talking to the coaches today, they said, boy, the more he touches the ball, the better we are. And we could go as far as he can carry us. They really like his development over the last few years.
BC in a 3-2 zone right now. It should open up some jump shots. Ray Allen, Donnie Marshall, Sheffer, a lot of these guys, good shooters from the perimeter.
Penetration by Sheffer, the fall away by Donnie Marshall. Knight tips again. Knight lost it, Sheffer regains for Connecticut.
Fresh 35.
Allen wide open, a little long, and a rebound to Jordan. Crowd appreciates the effort. Get it in low, Daniel Abrams. He's got the bulk all over Knight. Knight's got the height advantage. Woodward had the shot, passed it up. Danier forces, tip, Raboski's good. Check that, that was Bevan Thomas with the tip. Eagles lead 2-1, Allen back in a hurry in a crowd. Knight made it happen, but he's whistled for the foul. Boy, he just rose up above 3 Huskies to get that loose ball, but he got a lot of contact too, his first foul.
Jimmy Calhoun hoping that his club would play with intensity from the get-go in this one. A little quick with the shot that time, coming off the Yale win, and of course before that bumping off then ranked number 6 Duke in a big win for the UConn Huskies.
Jordan wide open, power move and scores. 4-1 Boston College.
Good start for BC at home, the crowd getting into it. First Big East game for both clubs.
Conference expanding. There's no running away from early season conference games now.
That's right. Ray Allen, a terrific player for UConn with the pass right there.
And we mentioned the added dimension of Donnie Marshall now with the 18-footer along the baseline. Eagles by 1.
That's what you need from a senior leader on the road. Get yourself on the board with the jumper.
Keenan Jordan stepped on the line.
So 3 mental mistakes early in this game by BC. Couple of turnovers. And an offensive foul away from the ball. What Jim O'Brien wants are good shots, not mistakes down the floor.
Sheffer on top. Gets it to Donnie Marshall, knocked away. Keenan Jordan. They got numbers. Woodward to the hole, lost control. What a break. Thomas got a foul. That developed as an artistic break, turned ugly in about 2 bounces, and they still get something positive out of it.
Now that's getting the loose ball. What you want to do on the break is get it to the middle. Good quick hands there by Jordan. Give it up as quickly as you can to your point guard. Finally gets it to Woodward, and he loses control. Want to get it to the foul line area with options on either side of you, but good hustle by Thomas.
Foul on Sheffer. Second team foul. Bevan Thomas making a second start for Boston College. Transfer from Boston University. It's out of Hyde Park, Massachusetts. tore it up in 4 games at BU a couple of years ago. 23 points, 6.5 rebounds.
And for the local folks around here, Bevan Thomas, a local high school product, Catholic Memorial High School, had a sit out last year. It's looking good so far in this one.
Ray Allen. Second miss of the night. Abrams with a breakout. Abrams against Sheffer. A little too strong. Then followed by Thomas. Boston College 8-3.
BC quicker to the basketball so far in this game. And Thomas seems to be around the ball each time.
Marshall pulls up and fires and scores. Johnny Marshall, same spot. He's got 4. 3-point lead for Boston College.
Well, we talked about Donnie at the beginning, and you look for a guy with experience to help you here. He's doing it for the Huskies right now.
Woodward evades the trap. Roboski for 3. Devin Roboski is now 5 for 10 on the season from 3-point range. Eagles by 6.
BC playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Devin Ollie, Ray Allen. Allen's missed his first 2. Donnie Marshall's made his first 2. Sheffer deep in the corner.
BC's forcing UConn to run its half-court offense, and they're playing the day.
Woodward with the steal from Knight. Roboski runs it down. Woodward, baseline. Knight cuts him off. That was Thomas down there. Daniel Abrams spinning. Bevan Thomas in the air, missed everything. They hit Donnie Marshall on a breakout. Allen didn't see him. Ollie penetrating, a lot of contact, and scores.
No harm, no foul. Took the check and just squared up and scored on that one.
A lot of leak outs here by Boston College. Jordan this time tried to bang it off the Knight. Ollie, alley-oop. Oh, he missed it. And an elbow. Daniel Abrams. And Ron, I told you prior to the game that if you remembered the BC game against North Carolina last year, Coach Dean Smith was really upset with that type of play from Daniel Abrams. It's 11-7 Eagles. We'll be back after these messages.
In the early going against UConn, we've had some up and down pace so far. Ollie can't get it to go down with Allen inside. Danier with the rebound, but too much elbow as he gets called for the foul. And then we have the break. Pretty good start for BC so far in this game, Dave. Scoring, gaining some confidence, and handling the UConn pressure pretty well.
Doing a good job of getting people out on the break, too. Connecticut just 3 for 11 from the field. Donnie Marshall's got 2 of them. He's off to a good start.
Ray Allen, a guy that can really heat up for UConn. Really looking to have him get some offense going in this one.
They get the freshman, Dwayne Woodward, with the little pinball flipper there. That's his second foul, so that's at the 14:59 mark. That could become crucial.
That's a big foul right there. He's got to be on the floor for BC in this game, handling the ball. He's got to play right now with his feet, not with his hands.
Travis Knight, baseline jumper. Got familiar with the rim, didn't he? Then the tip by Ray Allen, his first bucket of the night.
Got to find Ray Allen out there and put a body on him. Connecticut goes back to its trademark 2-2-1 press. They're going to try to get the traps along the sidelines, and they stay with it.
So far, so good for Woodward. He's beaten it. Dangerous cross-court pass. Roboski. 11-9 Boston College over Connecticut. Huskies number 10 in the country this week.
I think that win over Duke really vaulted them up even higher. They're playing great team ball early this year.
Daniel Abrams with the touch.
Boy, really broadens his game if he can step out to the foul line. We know he's tough down low.
Donnie Marshall up top. No, Abrams rebound.
Eagles rebounding well out of that 2-3 zone. It's a BC team that graduated a lot last year, Dave, so this is an early test and just getting a lot of new people minutes out there.
Talking about losing 4-year starters, Curley, Abram, Huckabee, and Isley.
That's quite a quartet, huh? That's those 4.
Abrams, did a great job drawing contact from Knight. Super job as he took it to the hole on the left side.
Impressed early with the way BC's handling the Connecticut defense, and that's Danier. Hit the jumper before now. Knight's got to go out there, play him honestly, and he beats him to the basket with a good first step.
So at the 13:32 mark, Danier Abrams puts the second foul on Travis Knight. Mickey Curley's coming to the game, number 14 for BC.
Mickey Curley played very well with 12 points all in the second half against Holy Cross. Non-league game. Led Duxbury to the Division II state title a year ago. And as we all know, comes from good stock. So off to a good start for the Eagles.
His parents a fixture here at the County Forum. Get another 4-year tour from him.
That's right.
15-9 Eagles. Looking to break a 13-game losing streak to Connecticut. There's a travel, turnover. A turnover on Eric Hayward, who came in at the last dead ball. Brian Fair, number 31's in for the Huskies also. So for Connecticut, it's Sheffer, Fair, Allen, Donnie Marshall, and Hayward. Roboski, Abrams, Bevan Thomas, Woodward, and Mickey Curley for Boston College.
Woodward's done a nice job so far. A lot of poise against pressure. Got the ball to the middle that time.
Posting up, Abrams. Rebound, Donnie Marshall, big one too. Connecticut looking to push, Brian Fair. Brian Fair dials it up, there it is, bang! Oh man, it does not take much for him to light it up.
Now that's his role on the team, to come off the bench and look for the jump shot from three-point land. We saw him do it against Yale the other night, Dave, and he is picking up where he left off.
Boy, he's a fun player to watch. Talking to Howie Dickerman, he says he'll shoot 200 shots after practice and make 2/3 regularly. Abrams, rebound. Abrams, no tip. Thomas is good.
Thomas is all over the backboards in this one. BC doing an excellent job off the backboards.
Into the corner, Donnie Marshall. There he is again. Fair in the air. Missed it this time. Runs it down. Donnie Marshall. Oh, boy, a lot of contact there between Marshall and Curley. And I think Curley, I don't know if he really wants to tangle with Donnie Marshall. He gave him the look, gave him the glare. Donnie Marshall, I think that'd be an interesting contest if they did want to have a go.
I think so. Woodward could have had that rebound. There's your tangle up, and Curley right there with it. But on the offensive rebound, I thought that ball could have been grabbed by Woodward. Good follow, though, by UConn.
Inadvertent contact. Certainly nothing malicious on that play. 17-12 Boston College coming up in the 12-minute mark, first half. Brian Fair. Boy, he can fill it up.
Doesn't take him long to get warmed up, and Connecticut's starting to execute better out of the half-court set. They love to get their offense off the defense. BC's been pretty good against pressure.
Loose ball, whistle. Kirk King in the game for Connecticut. Got a good one here at the County Forum. Eagles lead it by 3, 11:51 to go. We're back after these words from our local stations. It's an early lead here in the Big East opener for both teams. Here at County Forum, this copyrighted telecast produced by authority of the Big East Conference and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Big East Conference is prohibited. Connecticut coming into tonight's game shooting at 50%, as Syracuse still holding off Miami. Huskies not up to par right now at 37%, 6 for 16. BC at 6 for 12, right on the money. Mark Malinsky, number 32, in for BC right here.
He can shoot the three, too.
Eric Hayward picks up the foul, trying to be a little bit physical inside. Caught high there, and there's Mike Kitts getting an earful from Jim Calhoun.
Jim Calhoun up and at him early. Man-to-man, he's saying, we're playing aggressively. Hayward and Travis Knight will split duties at the center spot. Man-to-man right now by the Huskies.
Woodward guarded by Ollie. Just what you want in your freshman. You got Kevin Ollie, one of the best defenders around, right in your face. Danier Abrams doing, oh, sent back by King. Oh, big time block. Kirk King. Danier may want to rethink this next time.
Check it out. A lot of bodies down there, but a nice rotation by Kirk King to help out on that play and block the shot.
Great quick feet by Brian Fair. He was almost in your lap. It's almost like NASCAR. He took that left turn very nicely.
Brian Fair's playing so well out there tonight. He came over with the hustle play near our table and didn't even knock the drinks over.
Loose ball opportunity. Woodward, no.
King again.
Got it out. Numbers, Fair. Fair to the hole. The block and count it.
Brian Fair off the bench. Talk about providing that instant spark coming into the game. Kirk King with 2 terrific defensive plays. He's probably the best vertical leaper for the Huskies. And here's the 2-on-1. Take what the defense gives you. Malinsky doesn't establish. That's a good call. Got to get your head and shoulders in front of that driving play. You can't step under.
That break started in a hurry. Good outlet by Hayward to get it going. Ray Allen back in the game.
I thought last year Fair took a while to get adjusted to coming in off the bench, and now seems very comfortable in the role.
He's outstanding.
There's a BC turnover, and Jim O'Brien's club has been handling that press pretty well.
Brian Fair's got 8 points. He's the hot hand right now.
BC would really prefer this pace. Connecticut is awfully tough when they get out and run the ball a lot. They have a lot of answers on the break.
Ray Allen makes a shot and scores. Huskies lead 19-17, 10:39 to go.
Malinsky was wide open on the weak side that time.
And Curley called for the foul. He put one on Donnie Marshall. He was looking for the payback, and he did it right out in front of the officials, and he got nailed.
Crowd thinks there's a little cameo going on here.
It might have been, too.
Yeah, when you're the rookie, though, and there's a little exchange like that, you always get the guy who comes back a little bit with it. And Jim O'Brien doesn't see it that way, saying, hey, he came in with the arm flying high. It's either a no call or a foul on Marshall's what Jimmy O'Brien's saying, but they always seem to catch the second guy in, especially, like I said, first-year man.
No record of Donnie Marshall taking any thespian classes at UConn as of yet.
He went down a little bit easy that time.
Make that a 9-2 run over the last 3 minutes plus for Connecticut.
You've just got to try to stay away from that kind of contact. Big guys with the arms up high. Just try to avoid it. Nice numbers for Donnie Marshall.
You bet. Rudy Johnson, he just came into the game. Donnie Marshall, 6 points on the evening, 21-17. Huskies in front. Woodward's done a pretty good job to this point, because he's going to be looking at playing 40 minutes almost every night. Malinsky to Abrams. Woodward, weak sides wide open. They didn't get it to him. Curley up top, and Donnie Marshall. Inside to Abrams, forces, bulls, and misses. Loose ball, here's Sheffer. To Ollie. No reset. Johnson up top, 3 in the air, short. Abrams rebound.
BC's in a drought right now. They've got to try to find one right here. Get a good shot off.
Malinsky drew tough coverage by Sheffer. They don't want to give him room. Rudy Johnson knocked away from Thomas. Thomas lost it, but a foul. Thomas pretty persistent, doing a nice job inside. He's 6'8", 225. The foul on Kirk King.
Likes to play facing the basket, but right there gets his back down in there. Jim Calhoun's team was really having a good defensive set, too. Really starting to turn it up a couple of notches defensively.
Travis Knight comes in for Kirk King. Kevin Raboski for BC. He replaced Mark Malinsky. Evan Thomas, BC career so far off to a good start, averaging just over 12 points a game, shooting 47% from the field and 70% from the line. (21-18) Connecticut. Approaching 9:20. Loose ball picked up by Knight.
Woodward's got to be careful with the two personals. Another foul, and he's got to sit down.
Travis Knight has 2 fouls also. So Brian Fair provided a lift, and Donnie Marshall baseline. That will work, folks. That's a good-looking drive along the baseline. 23-18 Connecticut.
Defensively, you're taught as a young player to put your foot on that baseline. Don't allow that kind of penetration.
Stay at this end. Mike Kitts, Jody Sylvester conferring on that play. Connecticut, pretty impressive run here, Ron.
Yeah, they've done it by, I think, picking up their defense. They've really started to turn it up. And BC's having a tougher time finding ways to the basket.
Abrams muscling in, can't get it. Abrams again, persistence paid off.
Good second effort by Daniel. He's strong in there.
Ali right back. Knight drops it back to Donnie Marshall. Sheffer, a little long.
He's struggling shooting the ball so far
Very much so. Defense open up. Knight tipped it in. Sheffer on that sequence missed 2 shots, and you know he's thinking about it. Came into the game shooting 25% from the field. He went for 51% last year as a freshman.
He'll pick it up. He's just off to a cold start.
And a nice play as they get it into Abrams for the bucket.
Nice pass by Mickey Curley. When you move the ball quickly, you can get good openings.
And a turnover as Connecticut coming unglued just a slight bit. Keenan Jordan back in for the BC Eagles.
A lot expected of Travis Knight. Comes in averaging just under 10 rebounds a game, and they need him to stay out of foul trouble and play well in the middle this year.
Trap works on Roboski. He's in trouble. Loose ball, Connecticut ball. Sheffer to the hole, passes out to Ali. Ali, and gave it up to Jordan. Jordan came back nicely on defense. Keenan Jordan. And a charge. And a nice play by Rudy Johnson, who said, bang, I got you. I hung in there. Yes, he did. 25-22 Huskies. We're back after these messages. Huskies have a 3-point lead. Ron Perry, 7:50 to go first half.
No, that's right. And what they do is trap very well. And MCI proved positive right here. If you get yourself tucked in one of those traps and kill your dribble, it's a good chance you're going to turn the ball over. And that's exactly what Connecticut wants to do along the sideline. And that man, Daron Sheffer, one of the better stealers on the Connecticut Husky squad.
Indeed. Sideline's a third man in there. Fair back into the game. He helped ignite Connecticut a few minutes ago. Travis Knight. Kurt King, a little strong. Rebound to Keenan Jordan.
This is the pace that BC wants right here. Try to keep it half-court style, break when the opportunity's there, and don't get into a running match with UConn. They handle it so well on the break.
Get into a running game with UConn, you're ill-equipped, you're down manpower, speed kills.
Woodward doing a good job playing with the 2 fouls, too, the freshman point guard.
Abrams looking to create. A little strong, tipped it, missed it. And if he goes with 2 hands, I think you have a good point there, Ron.
Got to grab that ball. It's tough to tip it when you're about 5 feet from the basket. BC zone continues to be pretty effective. 1-2-2.
Fair, looked at it. Sheffer rebounds, Sheffer scores.
Makes it look easy. He goes in there, always under control.
Nothing like a rebounding 6'5" guard. Huskies +5 right now on the scoreboard.
Connecticut, of course, has had a lot of success recruiting from Israel the past few years, and Sheffer, one of 4 players, started by Nadav Hennefeld a couple years ago.
Knight got killed on that one, and Abrams scored. Knight took a body beating on that one, 27-24. Allen in trouble, loses it. Good pressure by Keenan Jordan. Donnie Marshall in now. Jim Calhoun sends him in for Travis Knight. So far, so good for the freshman. Wayne Woodward, fair, missed it. They got him trapped, gave it up.
That ball got deflected.
Sure did. Allen in strong. Ho-ho!
Ray Allen. Jim Calhoun so high on his young sophomore, and he is really the man to go to this year for Connecticut offensively. He can really fill it up.
Killed his dribble again, in trouble. Abrams to Curley. He went strong to the hole. Nicely done by the freshman.
Mickey Curley knows how to play this game.
Allen, a lot of room. Rimmed it out. King rolls it in. Boy, you give Allen that kind of room coming down, you're going to pay for it. 31-26 Huskies.
Kirk King having some good early minutes. He's just a sophomore for Connecticut, too. The third player to play in the middle in this first half for UConn.
Bosky, Jordan, Woodward, Abrams, and Curley on the floor for the Eagles right now. Allen, Fair, Marshall, King, and Sheffer for Connecticut. Curley trying to post.
I'd give it to him down there a couple of times, Dave. Your big man's open at the post. Give it to him. Let him touch it.
Woodward penetrates and shoots. Just missed. And Abrams outmanned 3-1 under the boards. 31-26, 4:48 to go first half. It's Connecticut leading. Sheffer.
He looks smooth on that one.
Indeed he does. Now 4 for 10 from three-point range on the season. Jerome Sheffer. 34-26. 6 points for Sheffer. Biggest lead for the Huskies. Curley had it. Sheffer knocked it away. But he was on the end line. BC ball. Ollie and Hayward coming in now for the Huskies.
One of the things Mickey Curley will find with the adjustment from high school to college, you put the ball on the floor, there'll be a lot of quick hands like Sheffer's roaming around. Have to be quick to the basket with it. Never had a handle on that one.
Mickey Curley 6'9". Guards live for that. In close, too high. Thomas rebound. Thomas scores. Count it.
Boy, he's really had an active and very successful first half. Mickey Curley with the touch that time. A little strong, but look at Thomas battle for it. That is a tough angle, too, that he puts that one in. He hears the whistle and gets it up there. Good hustle play.
Terrific presence of mind. 11 points already. She's averaging just over 3. We've got 4:14 to go in the first half. 4 of 5 from the field. And now 4 of 5 from the line. So he's having a very good start. 5-point margin for the Huskies. Coming up in 4 minutes. Dave Sims and Ron Perry and the Big East crew with you. Conference opener for both teams at County Forum, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Fair probably could hit from there. He was beyond NBA there. Allen with the pull-up. Curley, good job. Roboski pulls it down. Wayne Woodward, Curley up top, guarded by Marshall. Into Abrams. Abrams turns, lost it. He lost control. Rebound, score for Roboski. Kevin Roboski makes it a 3-point lead, his first bucket of the night.
He missed it, Abrams did, but he kept it alive, Dave, which was the key on that one. Well, both teams going back and forth with each other in this one.
Oh. Right, Fair. Lead in jeopardy. Get it to number 31. He's got 11 points.
Off the bench. Talk about a lift in this first half.
Bosky, Abrams had a window of opportunity and let it close on him. Thomas, Curley got a chance. Curley puts it in.
How about that pass by Thomas? Nice interior job by the Eagles.
8-point lead, knocked down to 4.
Curley's played well, too, off the bench in this first half for BC.
BC Eagles trying to stop a 13-game Connecticut win streak against the Eagles. Connecticut 6-0 here at County Forum. Fair jump stop, bank and score. Jimmy O'Brien incensed. He wants to travel.
Covered a lot of ground with that hop move, but that's what it was. Fair continues to light it up.
Abrams drew a crowd. Nicely done, right in Boo Willingham's face. 12 for Abrams.
With Boo Willingham out there right now, BC should take some chances with the backcourt people. He won't look for a lot of offense inside.
Curley went for the steal. Boo Willingham, line drive, no good. Curley rebound for BC. Eagles down 4, buck 50 and counting left in the first half.
BC established early in this half with the freshman Dwayne Woodward. He's really been solid, played with 2 fouls, and he's handled the pressure very well.
Yes,
one of the
has.
keys.
Appreciative crowd here at County Forum. Abrams, somebody's open. He found Raboski. Curley, foul Marshall. Danny Marshall with the foul. He and Curley watched them the rest of the night after their initial meeting a few minutes ago down on the floor.
We thought that Donnie Marshall would have to step it up, and he did early for the Huskies. We also felt Danier Abrams would have to play big for BC. He certainly has.
Mickey Curley showing some grit in the few minutes he's been in the game.
He's had a good presence out there. He's been around the ball. He's had a good position inside.
Unlike his brother, he's right-handed, shoots a very high arching shot. His brother used to be money in the bank, about 80% plus. Approaching the minute mark here in the first half. 4-point lead for Connecticut, 39-35. Keep an eye on Fair. They get it inside. Willingham knocked away. Willingham scores. Check that. That's Hayward. Hayward stayed with it.
He sure did. There were hands all over that one. Big possession for BC right here. They want to try to work some clock, get a good one.
And they're going to look to trap Jordan. Jordan comes up, fired to Raboski. He draws a foul. They count it. A long continuation. Jimmy Calhoun, he is incredulous.
That little bit of NBA continuation here. Jim Calhoun saying on the floor, and he may have a case. Kevin Rabowski. There's your foul. He goes with it, though. He stays with it and gets credit for the basket. No question in the NBA, but on the fence in college basketball.
Raboski shot it with the left hand. That was impressive.
But the key there is an offensive play. You hear the whistle. Always follow through with the play. You get the bonus if that ball drops in.
That's right. What do you get to lose? Put it up. Got to be very impressed. And Jordan, that last possession, while it wasn't pretty bringing the ball up, he gave Woodward a chance to catch his breath on the bench. And a very effective 3-point play by Kevin Raboski. 41-38 Huskies, and a good one in the first half. Back after these messages. To go. Take a look at this move by Brian Fair.
He's been instant offense for Connecticut. He covers about 8 feet with that hopping move, but not a travel. He had the dribble, he took a step and hopped and then shot it when he came up. It looked tough because he covered so much ground.
Yeah, he
Check
did
out the shooting.
Same type of deal he did on Friday against Yale, only he did that one going sideways.
Oh. Both teams shooting it well in this first half. BC will get another possession. Connecticut wants to really execute right here. See if they can get it to Donnie Marshall. If he can get something done.
BC bench on its feet, rooting team on. Sheffer. Rudy Johnson challenges baseline. It got blocked from behind. Hayward goes up. He's fouled. Rudy Johnson had his shot blocked by Paul Grant. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have a very interesting preview of the Big East Conference for this season. We'll have our Big East halftime report and stats and highlights of what has turned out to be an outstanding first half here, Ron Perry.
It really has been. BC, young team this year, playing a point guard in Dwayne Woodward, the freshman. He's handled the ball well. It's been a good half. Jim O'Brien had taken Woodward out and put him back in now with the 2 to let him bring the ball up the floor.
Hayward with 2 points. Jim Calhoun just made an offensive defensive switch too. Brought Ollie back in and put Fair on the bench. Final 21.3 seconds here in the first half.
Both coaches have worked their benches nicely, weaving players in and out, but leaving the key nucleus of players out there like Sheffer and Ollie for Connecticut.
Rebound to Keenan Jordan. 42-38. Connecticut over Boston College. What do you look for here, Abrams?
Yeah, I think you try to get it to him, but the key is to penetrate, get something going toward the goal. He's fronted down there. He's not open.
Turn around by Roboski, a little wild. With about 3 seconds left, Ollie's running out of time. Lets her rip. He got fouled. Or did he? No, the whistle, they blow it off. Boy, I thought that was close. That could have very well been a foul and a foul line opportunity. So Fair and Thomas and Abrams, your leading scorers here after the first 20 minutes of action. It's a good one. 42-38, Connecticut over Boston College. We're back after these words from our local stations. Point guard for the season, Chris Herron, and everybody else is holding up their end of the bargain. And the stats to this point, Ron, what do you think?
BC shooting the ball exceptionally well. Connecticut is struggling from three-point land, and that's an area where they can really heat up.
Connecticut almost 39% from three-point range on the season. And bench scoring, Connecticut with a substantial margin in that category.
BC's got to take better care of it, but Connecticut didn't capitalize in the first half.
Bevan Thomas was active early, number 4 for Boston College. Here's the Eagles get an early breakout.
Yeah, Danier Abrams can't get it to go down, but Bevan Thomas really turned up big for BC in the first half, scoring points and keeping them in the game. I think Donnie Marshall also, we talked about him at the beginning, senior leadership on the road, beautiful driving layup, and he was putting points on the board early when Connecticut needed them.
Sure did. Hit a couple of jumpers, finished 3 for 5. Here's Woodward, got in trouble, gave it up.
Here's the Connecticut pressure, which can be so effective. They didn't get a lot of opportunities like this. Ray Allen with the monster jump, he can get way up. But BC was pretty good against pressure for the most part, getting it to the middle and trying to attack down low wherever possible. There's a beautiful feed here from Bevan Thomas to the freshman, Mickey Curley. Nice finish inside as both teams went at each other pretty well in that first half.
42-38 the score at halftime. Boston College 18 rebounds to Connecticut 16. Danier Abrams led the Eagles. He and Bevan Thomas 12 points apiece. Abrams took 14 shots. Here we go, second half action. Woodward, Abrams, Jordan, Roboski, and Thomas, the starters. Ollie with Donnie Marshall, Ray Allen, Travis Knight, and Daron Sheffer. And a turnover against Thomas. There's your scorers. Brian Fair did that damage coming off the bench. Lighting it up in a hurry. Played 11 minutes, got 13 points.
That's productive.
BC scores. Back to live action. Ollie penetrates. The leaner off balance.
The key there, though, was the penetration by Kevin Ollie. BC's got to take that away. And for Connecticut out of the half-court set, Ollie and Sheffer have got to look to split like that. Great move.
Abrams going to work one-on-one with Knight. Knight already has 2 fouls. He got a piece of it, and it rolls in for Danier Abrams. Abrams cuts it back to 4. Ollie looked at it. Donnie Marshall, no hesitation. Knight with the rebound.
Nobody.
Donnie Marshall looking to put it in, and he does. He cut to the basket nicely, and Knight found him. 46-40 Huskies. And another skill demonstrated by Travis Knight. Coach is very high on him this year.
Looks
Abrams.
good.
And Abrams with a face-up jumper. Huskies right back. 4-point game. Sheffer left free. Big East opener for both teams. Knight dumps it down. Allen, Shorty, rebound, and a big one. Danier Abrams.
Plays well in traffic.
2 fouls of Wayne Woodward. Freshman's played well.
Now, the beauty of it for BC is that he didn't pick up the 3rd foul and have to sit. That would have been a big problem. Connecticut stays man-to-man, and BC's been zoned 2-3 to start this second half.
Here's your Bosky. Thomas and Allen. Allen wins. To Ollie. Ollie with the pull-up is good. Kevin Ollie. He has been shooting fabulously. 69% coming into the game from the field. Ouch.
He scores a lot on driving baskets, which helps the percentages, but looking for his offense more this year.
He's 3 for 3 to this point. Get it it inside. Danier with a little extra bump. Short, Knight influence. That one. Here come the Huskies. Donnie Marshall running, looking for the alley-oop. Gets it, and he blows the layup. And a foul on Donnie Marshall. Boy, surprising play by Marshall as he commits a foul. The frustration of missing a duck as he was filling the lane beautifully. Some good hustle, and he didn't finish.
What a pass, though, by Ollie. He's not even looking to dunk that one, but somehow doesn't get the good angle off the glass. Look at this pass by Ollie. Beauty. Just loses that ball somehow as he goes up for the layup.
Boy, that is rare. A guy 6'7", cruising right in and just matches the layup. 48-42, Huskies lead.
Little extension of the pressure here by Connecticut. Man-to-man.
Woodward being dogged by Allen. Curley into the game now. 6'9", freshman. Curley on the flash. Oh, he had an opportunity. And he thought about it too often. A little bit too much. If he had just gone, he'd been right there.
O'Brien will have to live with some of that this year with the freshman. Syracuse up by 15 at Miami.
Here's a story in this game. BC's turned it over 15 times. Connecticut just 6. Eagles came in averaging 20 turnovers. They're almost there with 16:50 to go. Donnie Marshall missed. Curley rebound.
Connecticut not capitalizing, though. BC down by just 6 points. After the turnover, you've got to go down and try to make them pay.
Good battle here. Abrams. And we'll stay at this end. Abram was being guarded by Marshall. Then Knight came over to help out. Danier Abrams has already done a lot of damage against Connecticut with 16 points. Got to slow him down. 101. Muscles in, fades, and scores. Nicely done.
He was a member of the all-rookie team last year in the Big East and clearly looking to assume more responsibility.
How about this? Ollie gives it up. Woodward in the race. Woodward to the hole and blocked, but a foul. The freshman from Queens, New York. The Queens Player of the Year, All-City, All-State in New York. The foul on Travis Knight, his third.
Well, you can get some good offense off the defense. No question about that one. And Woodward's played with a lot of composure and poise in this game for the Eagles. Jim O'Brien talking to him right here, giving him probably some defensive instruction, saying things like, after you make this now, let's get back into the zone defense. Shooting well from the line.
Very impressive for a freshman, you bet. First point of the night. Dwayne went 0 for 3 from the field in the first half. Jimmy O biding his time. Freshman and has performed admirably.
Jimmy O'Brien, the new extension on his contract here. He's in his 8th year at the helm at BC.
And let me tell you something. Everybody in college basketball applauds that extension. It's well-deserved.
Sure is. He's done a nice job here at BC. Hoping his young team will continue to hang tough in this one. And they just want to hang around, be close, have a chance to win this thing.
Well, they're getting it done right now. 48-46, crowd into the game. Jam-packed Conti Forum. Ollie. Almost the turnover.
Nice catch by Sheffield.
It was. Ollie lets her rip up top. He missed that one. Rebound, Roboski. And BC can tie or take the lead. How about this? He threw it away. Oh, my goodness.
Good uncontested save that time by Woodward.
Thomas. Evan Thomas feels it. Baseline. Reverse. Yes!
Pretty move right there by Thomas.
Tied at 48.
Up and under.
And a steal by Curley. Connecticut number 10 this week in the nation. And right now, being battled real tough by a young Boston College team. 15-15 to go in the ball game, and we're tied at 48.
Crowd getting involved, too. They've been picking their spots in this game, but they're feeling it right now.
Bosky patient. Shot clock at 13. Abrams wants it, guarded by Hayward. Abrams wants it badly, steps out, got 7 left, throws it away. He hit Curley. Abrams wanted it and then came out to get it. Nevertheless, the Eagles have fought back to tie. 14:58 to go in the ballgame from County Forum. We'll be back after these messages.
And BC has got the crowd lighted up now. This is the NCI proof positive play that if you've got the athletic ability and hang time, as Bevan Thomas does here, and you can beat your man along the baseline, hey, the rest is easy. 2 points for Bevan. Can't teach a player that one. Jim Calhoun had to be talking about defense to his team during that timeout, saying, hey, guys, we've got to get after it. BC shooting the lights out here in this second half.
Good shots here, and it's a 48-48 ball game.
Eagles in that 2-3 zone right now. Brian Fair back in there. Maybe he can do it again for the Connecticut Huskies.
13 points in 11 minutes first half. They get it inside to Hayward. Hayward tips. He stayed with it.
Nice effort by Hayward. Ray Allen's got to get more involved in this Connecticut offense, too. He can really light it up when he gets it going.
Ray Allen, not much of a factor. 3 for 9 first half, 6 points. Woodward in trouble.
1-3-1 half court by Connecticut, and Jim Calhoun making some adjustments out of that timeout.
Abrams with an opening, rolls it in.
Excellent ball movement by BC that time to get pressure.
Daniel Abrams lighting it up. He's got 20 points. Third straight game, he's gone for 20 points against Connecticut. Connecticut has won 13 straight against the BC Eagles. Last time the Eagles won, 1988. It was February 23rd at the Boston Garden. Allen, baseline, hesitates, short rebound to BC. Curley got it. Whoa, an offensive foul. They caught him for the flipper. Curley.
He gets a traffic rebound here. He just comes along the baseline. That's where he gets it right there. He may have gotten fouled prior to that on a couple of reach-ins, but again, as happened to him in the first
Woodward
half,
to the bench.
Second one often gets called.
And there you have it. Woodward to the bench, too. That's a tough one. It looks like Dwayne Woodward, the freshman, has some kind of a leg injury. Keenan Jordan. There's Brian Fair. Brian Fair, when in doubt, get it to him. 53-50 Huskies.
He's been huge for Connecticut in this game.
And Fair called for the foul against Keenan Jordan. Brian Fair with 15 points, and training staff working on the freshman Dwayne Woodward has played well tonight.
Looks like he's in pain over there on the bench, though, with that leg injury.
You bet. Keenan Jordan, talked to him before the game. Doing a lot of jumping, jump roping to get warmed up, so it helps his jumping ability. And I asked him, I said, hey, you may have to play a lot of point tonight. So I was recruited as a point guard. I think I can do it. Matter of fact, I know I can do it.
That's great confidence.
Yeah.
Right now, he's got to do it.
Thomas fadeaway, drew air. Breakout, Allen. The pass, Jordan is there. Count it.
Nice long pass by Connecticut. BC has limited those fast break baskets, but Allen shows you why he's looking to be a really good ball player for the Huskies.
Jim O'Brien a little upset with the rebounding lack of effort on that one. We're back to County Forum after these words from our local stations. Your BC is lose your last quality point guard. Dwayne Woodward, watch this. Hayward, 45, comes down on his ankle. Ouch.
Oh, boy, it really goes right there. It bends inward. A lot of times the ankle rolls the other way. He came out of the game in pain, but fortunately, he's back out there. Running pretty well, too.
Connecticut turning up the defensive pressure.
Yeah, they are.
This was a 48-all tie. It's 55-50 now. Connecticut, 12:40 to go in the ball game. Curley up top. Curley will fire from there and got it.
He's really had some good moments out there. I like the way he gets to open spots, and he shows us some touch right there. Mickey Curley.
Lets the game come to him. Huskies by 3. Fair. We're going to pay more attention to him. Allen feels it and scores.
That's the thing about Connecticut. A lot of answers. They can line 3 players right now. Fair, Allen, and Sheffer out there and nail 3.
Allen with 11. He's coming on.
He can score in bunches.
Woodward has a 3. Why not? Short it. And it's rebounded by Allen. Allen to Sheffer. Fair. Through the attention by Thomas. Back to Fair. Dial it up in the air. He missed that one, but the rebound to Brian Fair. Baseline. He lost it. He'll shoot a couple. Makes it happen, doesn't he?
Sure does. No hesitation. He was never boxed out, though. You've got to box out not just inside, but also the jump shooters. Thomas goes for the block, so Fair able to follow his own shot very well. And then the reach-in foul. Good hustle play by Brian Fair. He's been a big key for the Huskies tonight.
Type of guy that you just want to absolutely look for. Fair's got 16 points, 3 for 5 from deep. Overall, 6 of 8. That one came out. And to think that Jim Calhoun lost him for a period late in July, then Fair changed his mind. He wanted to leave. Didn't like the amount of playing time. He's in and out of games. But you see what a spark he is. I mean, there's coaches around this country would kill to have somebody like this.
And he seems really settled in the role, though, now. All of a sudden, his minutes with Ollie and Sheffer reduced in the backcourt, coming off the bench, took some adjustment. Now he comes off the bench and is very comfortable, ready to shoot that J.
And the fact that, man, there's a bad trip. He missed both. The fact that Daniel Marshall's not here opened up some time for him.
That's true. Huskies stay man-to-man. Malinsky in the lineup now for the Eagles, and he's a three-point threat.
Curley with the fade. Hard rattle. Sheffer, Fair is in the bottom of your screen calling for it. And a miscommunication. Donnie Marshall went baseline trying to clear out while Rudy Johnson was coming around, and a turnover. But only the 9th turnover by Connecticut. Huskies averaging almost 16 turnovers a game. Woodward against Sheffer. Curley's on the baseline. You see him bottom of your screen. Wanted it a little earlier. Abrams has had a big night. Short tip by Roboski, but they get him on basket interference. Jody Sylvester wipes it off. A very unpopular call here in Boston.
Ball cannot be on or above the cylinder. Let's take a look at it. Abrams with the nice penetration. Does it kick off? Very close. I think a piece of it was still over the rim. On its way out. I think it was a good call.
Sheffer up top, missed that one. Tip. Malinsky has it and gives it to Woodward. 58-52. Connecticut leads with 10:40 to go in the ball game. Abrams working on Knight. Soft touch.
He clears out.
Abrams.
Bodies bounce off of him when he makes those pivot moves.
22 points for Danier Abrams. What a career he's had. It's only his 3rd game against Connecticut. He's 20 or better in all 3 now.
Certain clubs you just perform well against.
Sheffer baseline. Back to Ollie. They find Johnson. He's cut off. Ollie, good defense. Inside 10 on the shot clock. Crowd into it, appreciating the defense. Sheffer, the leaner, long. Loose ball, Sheffer. They'll start it again.
Nice presence by Daron Sheffer. Got so much poise.
Ollie to Sheffer. He's got 5 rebounds. Kept it alive in this possession.
BC getting to the perimeter well in this exchange.
Stepped on the baseline, Rudy Johnson. Jim Calhoun trying to give his scorers a rest, and Ray Allen right back in on that dead ball. Bevan Thomas coming in for Boston College. He'll replace Kevin Roboski. 58-54 Huskies. Time remaining. 9:35. A game effort and then some by the Eagles, an underdog coming into this game. Curley. Duck under. Glass. No. Kept it alive. Abrams. Muscle. Scoring.
Oh, he's playing big in this one.
24 for Danier Abrams.
All over the backboards that time. Mickey Curley with 2 efforts. He keeps it alive right there, and there's Danier again.
It
Nice
is
reaction,
amazing that a young man, 6'7", 265, the listing, hasn't touched that soft.
How about Bevan Thomas with the chest bump? I think you avoid that exchange with Danier.
Yes, absolutely. Danier is ripping it up. 11 for 22 from the field, 5 for 8 this half. He owns Connecticut. Can he get a W is the only question remaining. 1-point lead for the Huskies. Abrams with 25. Crowd into it. Allen, Sheffer, Ollie, Hayward, and Donnie Marshall on the floor. Hayward just went down. Abrams knocked him down. Sheffer.
Good Big East matchup early, huh?
You got that right. And a turnover. Hayward traveled. Eagles with a chance to take the lead. 16 turnovers for BC, 10 now for Connecticut.
The longer that BC and Jim O'Brien's club, although young, hang in this game, they've got a good chance to hang in right down to the wire because the confidence builds.
You bet. Abrams free. Abrams turns. Contact. Bounce. Bounce. Can't get it. Curley rebound. Curley up. It goes in. BC takes the lead. 59-58.
Everybody playing sky high right now for BC. They really pumped out there.
Connecticut, number 10 in the country this week. Allen dials from the corner for 3.
Oh, boy, everyone's so excited about him in Connecticut.
Here's Danier with a breakout. Looked like a tight end there and couldn't come down with the completion.
Jim O'Brien saying, all right, you went for it. Home run ball. I thought Danier could have reeled it in, but takes his eye off it at the end. Ray Allen just cool and calm with that 3. That has a quieting effect, doesn't it, when a crowd's really into it?
Jim Calhoun wasting little time. He's got his killers in there now. Fair and Allen to shoot it. Hayward and Marshall to go get it, and Sheffer to run the controls. Allen, here he goes. Rebound, loose ball. BC's got it.
Danier's got it.
Oh, man.
He gets the loose ones.
Boy, does he clear it out.
Throw a ball into a group of 5 or 6 players. I like his chances of coming out with it.
I got the house on him coming up.
Oh, nice pass.
There he is. He's fouled. He'll shoot a couple. Great entry pass. I mean, outstanding. What a great entry pass right here.
Check out this bounce pass. You're right. He steps around the defense with a beautiful pass. It's Bevan Thomas. Good job by Connecticut to not allow the easy layup there by Danier.
Boy, Bevan Thomas showing you something right there. Danier
likes to play against the Huskies.
Yes, indeed. 3 for 3 tonight at the line. Huskies 61-59.
BC comes into this game 2-1. Took a sound defeat by 25 against Florida. UConn comes in ranked 10th, but Danier and his teammates have really risen to the occasion here so far in this ballgame.
Lane violation. 61-59. Huskies lead it. We're back after these words from our local stations. Been a beauty.
Really has been. But we're getting down to crunch time. Donnie Marshall back in there. You have to like late in this game the more veteran style with Marshall in the backcourt of Ollie and Sheffer, although BC has been just playing on a lot of emotion in this game, and the crowd's been fired up. They keep looking for Danier Abrams, and he's been delivering.
They haven't stopped him yet.
Good early season test, though, for both clubs.
Indeed. Donnie Marshall from up top. Off of Connecticut, so it appears, and it was.
Same 2 players there, bunched up. Allen and Fair battling. Ball goes off of Fair's leg, I believe.
Connecticut up by a deuce, 7:26 to go.
All up pressure now by the Huskies. They're going to really turn it.
Break the press, Bevan Thomas finds Danier Abrams. Soft touch, missed. Curley had it, lost it. Let's stay right here.
Curley seeing a lot of quality minutes in this game and continues to be around the basketball. Jim O'Brien might run out there and shoot this jumper himself.
Get it to Curley. He's hit. He'll shoot. Mickey Curley offering up the body there. Syracuse blows out Miami. Lawrence at the Miami Arena.
They're picked by the coaches to finish first this year, Syracuse. I think a big key in that will be the play of John Wallace in the middle for the Orangemen.
They want him to step up about a level and a half.
Yeah, I saw him do it. We've all seen him do it for different games throughout his career. It's a consistency thing. He's got a lot of talent.
Curley has not made a lot of trips to the line coming into this game. He was 1 for 2. His story tonight. That ends a run of 3 straight misses at the line by Boston College. 1-point game. Approaching 7 minutes.
Curley's got a nice touch. That's great rotation on the foul shot.
UConn just 3 points the last 5 minutes. Sheffer leaves it for Knight.
Been mostly perimeter for Connecticut in this game.
Allen, rebound, Abrams.
Not a lot of inside play where they can power it up, and Donnie Marshall get it to the goal a couple of times for the Huskies.
Team that's done the powering up has been BC behind Daniel Abrams.
Big thing for BC is to not try to get protective. They've got to continue to go at it aggressively the way they have so far tonight.
Turnover, and we got a kick ball. It will remain BC ball. Jimmy O'Brien likes the call. He just thought maybe it was a couple of beats slow.
He helped with the call. That was a kick ball, but it was delayed.
You see Jimmy delayed. Guys, you're killing me. We all saw the kick. Come on.
Jim O'Brien having a smile over there. Coaches are into this one. Players are into it. We're into it. It's a great game.
1-point lead. Connecticut. Clock winding down. Abrams has been the man tonight. Woodward not shot it well, but he's run the show nicely.
These games are won and lost with the defense. You're in a tight ball game. He's got to start getting some stops defensively.
Little long. Curley and Allen. Allen saved it. Connecticut in a hurry. Nice bounce pass. Oh, good. Oh, nicely done, and he missed it. As Fair gave it up to the cutting Travis Knight. Good ball movement by Connecticut. Travis Knight will be seeing quadruple when he gets to the line.
He got pounded on that play.
Good effort here.
Boy, is he athletic. That's Ray Allen. He's probably about an inch away from that out-of-bounds line. Look at that bounce pass. Beautiful to the trailer.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, there's the whack on the head. He got nailed.
Whoa. Travis Knight only 50% from the line, 2 points, and they wanted to get him off early. Didn't happen. Well, if he's shooting, if he's seeing quadruple, he split it right down the middle with that one.
Well, it was a windmill block attempt by Danier, and I don't know how much leather he got, but he got a good piece of the side unintentionally at Knight's head. Good
trip for Travis Knight. Puts the Huskies up by 3. 6 minutes to go here from County Forum. Fair all over Woodward, the freshman. Evan Thomas has played well when he's been inside. Malinsky has not been able to get freed up. Abrams. Back to Daniel Abrams through a crowd. Muscles, turn, Knight rebound. Huskies up 3, looking to add on. Donnie Marshall. Fair's ready. Another jump shot, a little long. Curley rebound.
Hesitated. I think Donnie gets that one and just pops it. He's got it, but he hesitated and thought about it.
63-60, Connecticut. Coming up on the 5-minute mark. Daniel Abrams has played well. Malinsky is a good shooter, but he has not looked for it.
Yeah, I thought he could have that time. Defense is collapsing on Danier right now.
It was left open and he bounced it in. Just a wondrous soft touch. He's got 27. Sheffer, no hesitation there. Rebound, Curley.
BC with the ball here, a chance to take the lead.
Crowd into this one.
They've been going into Daniel Abrams. See if Connecticut can double down on Abrams, make someone else do it. Nice pass.
He waits, he scores.
Excellent pass by Curley with that high-low look. He saw over the defense.
BC leads. Travis Knight up top. Wow! Who would have thought that one?
No hesitation by Knight. He was open. And delivered.
Whole state of Connecticut just jumped out of its chair for that one.
He's got a nice touch.
Huskies back on top.
1-3-1 by the Huskies. They're looking to trap.
Diagonal pass. Sheffer can't save it. What a big basket by Travis Knight. Huskies by 1. We're back after these messages. For him, Dave Sims and Ron Perry with you. And what a dagger in the heart of BC right here.
Travis Knight stepping up and putting UConn up by 1. He was open, and he got it done. Check it out, Brian Fair. Big night, 30% three-pointers for Connecticut. Abrams been awesome with a career high. A lot of turnovers by BC, but UConn hasn't been able to capitalize on many of them. We've got a tight one going down to the wire here.
UConn 6 for 20 from three-point range.
BC's played that 1-2-2 zone, and really, with the 3 people up top defensively, extended pretty well against the UConn perimeter. Zone here by Jim Calhoun out of the timeout.
Malinsky, Curley had it. Curley, pin, back up, scores! Mickey Curley, all kinds of contact. Jimmy O'Brien wants to bump as Travis Knight shoved Curley out of the way. BC by 1.
The word that comes to mind with Curley in this game is poise.
Connecticut favored in this game, number 10 in the country. Being challenged mightily by Boston College.
Now, it's just been a confidence builder for BC in this game. Young team, the longer they hung around, the more confident they got. And now they know they can play with Connecticut here tonight. Connecticut's got to deliver as they did last year here.
Allen up top, it's short. Sheffer rebound. He's got 6 on the night.
He always comes up big, it seems, for the Huskies. Sheffer giving UConn another 35.
Fair's open. In the air, has got it. Three-pointer for Brian Fair. Puts UConn back on top. He's got 19.
He's been great tonight. Big basket.
Abrams. Malinsky's open in the corner. Didn't see him. Woodward, the freshman, lets her rip. Way short. Knight rebound. Big play. This is a big sequence right here. 2:40 to go. UConn by 2. Fair. No, sir. Rebound. Coming right at us. Malinsky's got it. He's got a man open in the corner. Curley scores it. Curley filled the lane. Nice pass by Malinsky. Tied at 68-13 for Curley.
Curley got a hand in the face of Fair and ran the floor very well. Good feed by Malinsky. It's crunch time.
Allen, long. Sheffer wins the battle. Yes, he does. Short a man. Thomas trying to get back. Donnie Marshall hit the foul before. Malinsky took a big foul. Nice hustle by Malinsky to prevent the basket.
Boy, how many loose balls is Daron Sheffer coming up with late in this game?
You gotta love the way BC has played tonight. It shows terrific promise for this season. Right now, promise for the game pretty good too. Tied at 68. Back after these messages. With 2:01 to go. Your reset numbers. Couple timeouts remaining for both. Team fouls. Connecticut with 6. BC with 4. Possession arrow to the Huskies.
That's interesting for BC with 4 fouls. Keep in mind they've got 2 to give before the bonus, which kicks in on the 7th team foul. In other words, right now, BC with an inbounds. Last foul committed by Malinsky. Not bonus time, so it's just the inbounds play. Zone by BC.
Sheffer, Marshall, Fair, Knight, and Allen for the Connecticut Huskies. Malinsky, Abrams, Curley, Thomas, and Woodward. Inside Marshall. And a foul before, and it's on Curley.
Again, we're still not to the bonus, so not a bad foul by Curley on that play, because a good chance that Marshall was going to go up and either get fouled or score inside.
4th foul on Curley. Raboski comes in, and he gets Mark Malinsky. Malinsky with a terrific pass that led to a layup by Curley a couple of minutes ago. We're tied at 68.
Look for Ray Allen on this play. Brian Fair, another candidate to shoot jumpers right now for Connecticut. Key for UConn is to get position when that jumper goes up, and for BC, of course, to extend and then box out inside.
You got to believe it'll be Allen or Fair because they're the hot shooters. Sheffer's struggling mightily, under 30%. Shot clock, it's 15. Fair looking. Woodward got a piece. Woodward got a piece. He saves it. Kicks it back to Rybowski. Big possession. He missed it. Look at this. Curley had it. Fair and out on the referee. It'll be BC ball.
Good hustle
what a
all
sequence.
around.
Jimmy O'Brien. Calhoun looking for the shove out.
What action. Look at the hustle here by Woodward. What a great effort. Brian Fair trying to contain it. Malinsky's Rybowski's so open there, he can't get it to go. Good hustle by everyone. What a game here tonight.
Indeed.
You don't expect this kind of play this early in the season, but these clubs have gone after it mid-season style.
They brought Malinsky, excuse me, Ron. They brought Malinsky back in for Rybowski. Rybowski has been struggling from the field.
Malinsky, an excellent shooter, but that time, no bounce pass.
Rudy Johnson got a piece. Connecticut ball tied at 68, approaching 50 seconds. No shot clock.
They're going to have to stop it here.
Sure enough.
How much time there is.
Howie Dickerman and Jim Calhoun bring that up to Jody Sylvester after that steal by Johnson. The shot clock did not go on. That was about 49:50 when that turnover happened.
It's a 35-second shot clock, so the referees have got to make a judgment here to work their way down from there. Jody Sylvester checking it out right now to say, when did the shot clock go off? And they'll try to make their best estimate of when it happened.
Yeah, I'm thinking 48, 49 seconds. 42 now.
More than that, they're dropping it down to 15, Dave. Jim Calhoun trying to find out how they got to that number.
What a great game here at Conte Forum. BC Eagles tired of losing to the Connecticut Huskies 13 straight. Last year, 77-71 at Connecticut and 94-91 here at Conte Forum. That is double overtime.
Well, this is new turf for everyone, David. You're early in the season, tied up, Big East basketball style. And if you're BC, you've got a very young team. Jim O'Brien saying, let's play our defense, let's box out, and then let's push the ball up the floor. Of course, BC's got 2 timeouts. You can call a timeout depending on whether or not there's a fast break in progress that you can take advantage of. Jim Calhoun saying, guys, keep your poise. He wants the ball in the hands of Sheffer, Fair, Allen, shoot it. And he's saying to Travis Knight and Donnie Marshall, bang the backboards, guys, and let's get ourselves a basket right here.
I would imagine Fair's going to be your guy. When it's
Or
time
Allen.
to hoist, I would say Fair first and Allen 2. That's one. They're an entry, actually. They're an entry. They want 1 and 1A.
Those are 2 good options. A lot of times the way you draw it up on the board here doesn't come out exactly right. Someone else presents themselves because Allen and Fair will certainly be keyed upon by the BC defense.
Interesting, too, when you look at what Jim O'Brien will have available to him on offense. Malinsky has not shot. And Jody Sylvester's over with us. He wants to know what was on the shot clock, and if we can set that up, guys. So we'll leave it right here. 42-1 and 22 on the shot clock.
55 on the shot clock was the judgment when UConn got possession after the play defensively, dropped 13 seconds off the shot clock. So here we are. Judgment call, and plenty of time for Connecticut to work, plenty of time for BC to get another possession.
This has been a beauty. Sheffer, quick pull, he makes it. Sheffer struggling in a steal by Fair. He scores! Oh, he rolled it around the rim. 2 quick points, 2 quick baskets by Connecticut. What a turnaround in a heartbeat. Huskies 72-68. We're back after these messages. This sequence, Deron Sheffer.
Well, I think they're keying on Allen and Fair right off the screen. He's open, coolly and calmly sinks the jumper. And then check out this inbounds pass. Mickey Curley takes it in, and Fair just sneaks in from behind Woodward. rolling around that rim, and that's a huge basket right there to put the Huskies up by 4. Sheffer wanted timeout after he makes it and says, hey, take it back. I take it back is fair. Drops it down. Still a lot of time, David.
Yes, indeed. Husky fans can remember Brian Fair stole the ball in Boston.
25.9, though. BC's got to try to connect here. They've still got a timeout to work with, and they've got some reach-ins to do here defensively if they can score.
Thomas drew a crowd. Curley's got it. Curley reverse scores. 2-point game, 72-70.
They got to reach in.
And there's the foul by Woodward.
And Sheffer, of course, who's just made that basket, been pretty quiet tonight. Turns out to be the man on the spot late in this game. BC had one more to waste, Dave. Not bonus yet.
Sheffer hit that big bucket, making him 3 for 9 on the night from the field. All kinds of substitutions right now. Ollie for defense for Connecticut, number 12. Malinsky is in for Boston College. Huskies trying to preserve. There's a foul by Woodward. He gave that one.
That's actually a pretty good foul by Woodward. Ollie has not shot the ball for a while, though. Very capable from the line. But no time is the important thing for BC, taking off the clock. Ollie can make this very, very difficult for BC if he can make them both here.
Rudy Johnson in on defense. Kevin Ollie looking at a 1-1. He's shooting 91% coming into the game. This will be his first trip to the line.
9 for 10 against Duke last week. Certainly not statistically the guy you'd reach in, but when you get down late like this, you've got to stop the clock. BC has had the advantage from the line in this game. This is the bonus, though. It's not an automatic 2 shots.
Big crowd here at County Forum trying to get on Kevin Ollie, the senior from Crenshaw High School in Los Angeles, California. He's doing a smart thing. He's back way off. As everybody gets set.
Then he'll step in and do it.
Yeah, good move. 6 points for Ollie tonight, 3 for 4 from the field. Big chance here, 1-1, 72-70 Huskies. It's good.
Big foul shot.
It was. 13.8 to go.
This is where your poise in the backcourt and having experience helps so much, Dave, with Sheffer and Ollie really taking control here down the stretch. And Fair.
Ollie like ice at the line right now.
Love to have that experience in the backcourt late in games. Oh, big ones.
Huge trip for the Huskies. They lead by 4 with 13.8 seconds to go. Abrams will inbound for Boston College. Eagles need a couple of scores. They need it to happen quickly. Woodward, the freshman, took a long time to get it up. Malinsky, first shot of the night. He missed it. Loose ball, and that will do it as Danny Marshall gets rid of it. Thomas has got to put it up. It's in the air. It's no good. And for the 14th straight time, the Huskies of the University of Connecticut have stopped the Boston College Eagles. The final tonight, 74-70.
Great game here tonight at Conti Forum. Connecticut had to really deliver in the clutch down the stretch. BC gave the Huskies everything they could handle. Final attempt right here, but fall by 4. The BC backcourt, Sheffer, Ollie, and Fair deliver down the stretch for the Huskies.
Brian Fair was outstanding. Off the bench, 21 points. And the big one when he stole the ball after the Sheffer basket to put him up by 4, that was a huge cushion.
It's a big confidence builder, though, for BC tonight. A young team. They know that Dwayne Woodward can handle pressure in the backcourt. Danier Abrams was immense throughout the game, a career-high 29 in Bevan Thomas, but the overall balance of Connecticut and the ability to execute down the stretch pulled out this victory on the road.
Danier Abrams, career-high 29 points. BC now 0-1 in the Big East, 2-2 overall. Connecticut, number 10 this week in the country, 4-0, 1-0 in the Big East. Along with Ron Perry, this is Dave Sims. Hope you've enjoyed it. We certainly have from County Forum. The final, Connecticut wins it 74-70. The proceeding has been a Big East Conference Television Network production. Good night, everyone.
Big East opener had a lot of UConn fans scratching their heads today. Is this team as good as advertised, or was last night's heart stopper at BC just a fluke? The Huskies had all they could handle and more from the Eagles, who were led by big Donye Abrams, who scored a career-high 29 points as BC kept it close throughout. UConn was saved by Brian Fair, who came off the bench to score 21. The rest of the Husky offense struggled all night, but with 34 seconds to play, Daron Sheffer hits a clutch basket to break a 68-all tie. Then the steal by Fair seals it. Bottom line, UConn wins. It shouldn't have been so close, but that's BC for you.
Every game is a big game down here. Since I was a freshman, it's been a big rivalry, and down here, all the games, like you said, go down to the wire, but at the end, we seem to pull them out.
It's a rivalry, you know. They haven't beaten us for a long time, so for them to play us, you know, this early in the season, it tests how they are.
They played hard, so they went up, and we just kept playing our game, and then came back by a couple of big plays, and eventually it's important that we won, even though we didn't play as well.
Excellent. Well, let's hope the Lady Huskies look a little bit better than the men tonight.
Does anybody enjoy playing UConn more than BC's Donye Abrams? Not likely. The Eagles super soft went off again on the Huskies, hitting for 29 points with 10 rebounds at County Forum. But Brian Fair made sure it would be a fair fight, scoring for 21 points and hitting shots when UConn absolutely, positively needed them. The hop and pop made it 39-33 Huskies. It was UConn by 4 at the break. Then the fun really started. Abrams from Kevin Raboski to tie it at 50. But Brian Fair airmailed a three-point reply. One of his 4 triples, 53-50 Huskies. Ray Allen tossed in a threefer of his own to push the UConn cushion to 6. Ray good for 14 points, 6 rebounds. Abram, though, went off for 9 of the Eagles' next 12. His deuce gave BC a 64-63 lead with 4.5 minutes to go. With 3 minutes left, Boston College still up 1. But there was Fair. The 3, UConn by 2. It came down to this. 30 seconds to go, tied at 68. Daron Sheffer knocks through a primetime 2-pointer. Then on the BC inbound, Brian Fair comes through one last time. He steals and converts. Game, set, and match to the Huskies.
Every game is a big game down here. Since I was a freshman, it's been a big rivalry, and down here, all the games, like you said, go down to the wire, but at the end, we seem to pull them out.
They kept pushing us, but we kept pushing back, and finally we got to push and beat them. But it showed a lot of character on our part.
Well, what can you say? A UConn-BC game at Conte Forum is wilder than a shower at the Bates Motel. The final score, UConn 74, BC 70. In Boston, I'm Dennis Buckman, Action News 8.
And for the inside story, let's go live to the voice of UConn basketball, Joe D'Ambrosio, for his weekly report. Joe D?
Well, Beasley, nobody outside of Chestnut Hill expected this one to go down to the final 30 seconds, but let's give Boston College credit for taking it 2 to the Huskies, and let's give UConn credit for eventually winning 74-70. Now, the inexperienced Eagles made short work of the UConn press. Donye Abrams toyed with UConn inside, and Brian Fair was the offensive spark that prevented the Huskies from dropping from the ranks of the unbeaten. Watch the white-clad Eagles break the pressure for an easy basket inside. Most of BC's 21 turnovers came in the half-court game. They also got the ball down low when they wanted. See, the defense behind Donye Abrams can't do that with him. He's just too big of a wide body. Speaking of Mr. Abrams, on the subject of him, his career-high 29 points last night came from outside and inside. But he was held scoreless in the final 4.5 minutes, a combination of better Connecticut defense and having to play all 40 minutes. And from the UConn side of things, number 31, Brian Fair, a red-hot night. He had 4 three-pointers, and after Daron Sheffer put UConn up, Fair stole the inbounds pass for the eventual game-winning hoop. Now, the biggest disappointment for Jim Calhoun was how unemotional his team seemed to be for the Eagles. That may be the Huskies' biggest lesson that they learned last night, Beasley.